So this video is really more for Blackboard novices who need to collect a writing portfolio from students at the end of the semester. So I'll just walk you through creating a new folder and a new assignment so that your students can submit their portfolios electronically. So I'm in my English 102 course here, and I'm going to go to the menu on the left and I'll click on course content. So once I'm in course content, I'm going to click on this build content tab and you'll see different options below. So what you want to do is create a new content folder, or at least this is the way I would do it. So create a new content folder, and you can name it whatever you'd like. Portfolio submissions. So I'll just click submit. You don't really need to deal with any of this stuff here unless you want to restrict the days that the students can see the folder. So for example, if you don't want the folder to appear until after a certain date, like let's say until after finals week, then you can just choose a day and a time for that to open. So I'll just do that. So it'll appear after May 11th, which I think is the first day of finals week, right? Okay, so that's going to create the folder. And anything new will always appear like way down. So this is where the folder is. And you can see here that it says the item is hidden from students. So that's what it'll look like if you have it unavailable to your students. If I change that, I'll just show you. So let's say I just want to have it available now or today. I think this is today. That's how I would change it. So then scroll all the way down, and there you see that it's now no longer hidden. So I'm going to click on portfolio submissions, and what I would do is I would create some instructions on an item file. And then you can name this instructions instructions for submitting your e-portfolio. So here's where you would type information, how to compile your file. So what I would do is have the students open up all of their electronic files and then create a separate document and then paste all of their work into one document, if that makes sense, and then save that as a PDF file so that you're just receiving one file from each student as opposed to, 5 or 6 or 7 files from each student, because that can get unwieldy pretty quickly. So so that's what I would do, and then click submit, and your students will see these instructions. Now for the actual assignment Dropbox, you would go up here to where it says assessment and click on assignment. So you add in the title. Usually in this area I write the due date. So you click submit. Oh, whoops. Okay, so good point. There's more to the page. So for due date, you can include that in, and that way the student sees it on their Blackboard. I don't remember what I said, 14th? Yeah. Okay, so if you fill out this part with the due date, which I suggest you do, then the student can see that when they log into their Blackboard. So it just makes it easier for them. If you are assigning points to the portfolio, you can enter that in here. If you're just assigning, a completion grade, as is just to indicate that you've received it, then you can just make it worth 1 point if you want. Now for submission details, you leave this as individual submission. This is important because in my experience, students often, well, sometimes they submit the wrong file, they get confused, they forgot to include something, so they want to submit it a second time or even a third time sometimes. And I allow them to do that because otherwise you'll get lots of emails asking for you to either allow more submissions, or you'll end up getting submissions in your email, and that can get confusing when you have some on Blackboard and some on email. You want to keep all of your submissions in one place. So I usually allow 3 attempts, and in my experience, that's enough for the student to submit everything the right way, the correct files. So yeah, so that's it for that page. So then you click submit, and then this is what the student will see. So they'll see a link, and it's important to tell them that any title that's underlined in Blackboard is a link. So they'll go here and they'll click on the link, and then it reiterates the due date here. And you want to instruct the student to click on this right submission box. And then here they can upload their file by clicking on Browse My Computer and just finding the correct file and then clicking Submit. So that's it. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.